Hey everybody, how's it going? So yeah, I changed my my background. So I'm Heather. I'm Director of Education here at Luminess. And guys, I'm here for you each and every day so you learn more and more about Luminess and what we have to offer. So yeah, we normally go at 10 o'clock, we do skincare. So we talked about the Superfruit Cleanser and the Bamboo Polish, how you can use those together. And then, because everybody loves both of them. And then today we're going to go straight through, beginning to the end with airbrushing. And so if you have questions as we go along, please jump in and ask. I hopefully can see everybody's comments and questions. I kind of want to make sure I can. Somebody message me and let me know that I can see. I know that there is a little bit of a delay, so we'll wait just a couple of seconds before getting started. As you can tell, I did put on some lips, and that was to show you that even with no makeup on, you can add lips, and it's going to make you look like you did something. And it's little things that we can do to maybe, if we do have to go out, that we don't look like a complete hot mess. I am going to turn to Facebook real quick on my phone just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Hold on. Okay, so I just want to make sure the chat is working so I can see everybody. So, hey, Gloria, thank you for commenting. So I know somebody's here. So let's go ahead and get started. Obviously, I have my brows done. And hey, Nisi, how are you? So I already have my brows done. And what you'll notice is that the makeup doesn't get everywhere, which is the great thing about Luminess. It really only goes where you're pointing it. So I can do foundation, blush, concealer, eyeshadow. I can do anything with Luminess. Hey, Marie. Hey, Deborah. Without it getting everywhere. Now, if I wanted to, I could pull my hair back, but just to show you that it doesn't get everywhere, I'm going to leave my hair down. Here, I can just lift it up like that. But just a few seconds ago, I had rollers in my hair, and you could do a headband. There's a lot of different things that you can do. Because like in the real world, you would have a headband on. So the real world. All right, so I'm going to start out. I'm going to use the Peach Color Corrector. Now, I will tell you, so I'm in my bathroom, and if you could see my setup that I have right now, you would laugh. It's nothing like I have at the office. So if there's a big crash, we will end the live chat. Let me just say. All right. Okay, I'm putting the Peach Color Corrector in my stylus. I'm going to have to move this bad boy over a little bit. There we go. All right, so now, okay, so I have this is the Peach Color Corrector. Now, the Peach Color Corrector, that is going to be for any dark spots, sunspots. Now, I have dark spots and redness, but I'm not going to switch back and forth. So pick one. Some people might find that the Peach Color Corrector is a little bit easier to work with, and so you can just stick with that. All right, so now I'm going to start underneath my eyes, and I kind of start the movement before I pull back on my trigger. And I am barely pulling back on this trigger. I have my mirror out here that I can actually see too. Now, if I sprayed too hard underneath the eyes, I can just do that. She is home. I actually had my mom come over, and Marie just said, your daughter's really quiet. My mom's here. So she is helping me while I do my live chats. because she would be on it. Although she's already done her makeup today. My parents got her this little vanity for Christmas, and it's the cutest thing. Like, I really kind of want one. And she does her makeup. Nisi said, one day soon, can you please go through all the concealer colors, what situations they are for and how they work? I'm guessing you're meaning all the concealers, like what can conceal, as far as like eraser, X out, those kind of things. Is that what you're talking about, Nisi? Move my head. Nisi, are you you're not a consultant, are you? I actually just did a video on that because I know that that's super important. However, we can still go over that. But those are the kind of things that we're doing, so you can pull those up immediately, whether you're a consultant or not. You're able to pull those up, and so those will be going, or getting downloaded, so you can see those. Okay, which I think will be super helpful. Cindy adds hers to her foundation. That's good too. A lot of people do add the concealer or the color correctors to the foundations, and you can do that as well. What is so Nisi, green is the green color corrector is going to go. What I'll probably do is break this apart and do one on color correctors, because those are separate. Like, there's 5 different ones or 5 different ones. And so we need to break those apart and let you know what they do. And then I'll do one on the coverage, I call it pre-coverage. And maybe I'll get them to do that one as soon as, get that one downloaded. Yay, Nisi. Oh, yay, yay. Let's see, on average, how many drops do you use of the actual makeup? I feel like I'm using too much. Robin, that is a great point, because Robin, if you heard what I just said, she said on average, how many drops you use of the actual makeup? She feels like she's using too much. Robin, you'll probably see, thank you, Cindy, for color correctors. You'll probably see me use about 5 for full coverage. However, if you're using 20, don't freak out. The more you have this in your hand, the more you're going to learn, and you'll start using less and less. But no, and it also depends on which foundation you're using, and what pre-coverage. So if I did the peach color corrector, so that gave me some coverage. I'm actually now going to use the rose gold illuminizer, and even though this is not for coverage, when I add this, it's going to give me coverage. So if you're doing foundation last, usually the foundation, you're just using it to blend. Now, when I first started airbrushing, I just went straight to airbrushing. I didn't do anything else. I just did airbrush makeup, and I probably used about 8 drops. We had a makeup artist that worked with us a while back, and when she first started, she used 20. And so until she got it down, I was like, girl, you're using too much. And then once you get it down, you'll be using less. So it really, like I said, once you have it down, you're going to be using about 5 to 8 for coverage. Caitlin says, off topic, but I can't get my lines under my eyes covered up. So Caitlin, things that I would help to begin with, you need to make sure that you're moisturized. So make sure you're moisturizing your skin before doing it. A product you might want to try is Velvet Veil. I use that under my eyes a lot. However, you're going to want to airbrush on that. Now, Sunday when I was doing my makeup, I actually caught myself staying underneath my eyes too long to cover up my fine lines and wrinkles, and that's not what we do. We actually want to make a pass and then stop. So don't cover them all at once and then keep, you know, like doo, and then kind of work it down. So you just have to kind of get into that habit of not covering them like traditional makeup. You're airbrushing, so it's just making a pass and blending it down, and then you can come back to it and make another pass, but don't make those passes all at once. Okay, so you do the primer first. Awesome. So I definitely would try. Wait, you do Velvet Veil first, or the M1 primer? Yeah. Yes. So Caitlin, what I would do is make sure it's moisturized. And you can do that with like the mask, or put on a moisturizer beforehand, and then use Velvet Veil, and then you can airbrush the CC concealer or X out over that. But it would have to be an airbrush product. So yes, after you use Velvet Veil, yes, put on the CC concealer or whatever you're going to use first. Okay, so try that. I'm now going in with, this is the Rose Gold Illuminizer. This is going to give me some shine. And the other thing, Caitlin, is make sure you're not applying too much Velvet Veil. I always take it off and put it on my finger and just rub it in, and then I leave it alone and don't touch it afterwards. Hey, Kathy. This rose gold is so pretty. In the summertime, I use it all over my face, and then we'll put it on, put my foundation on afterwards, or mix it in with my blush. It's really pretty. All right. So I'm blowing that rose gold out. And now I'm going to apply my shade 3. So real quick, Caitlin, you would pick, and maybe you didn't mean this, but you would pick either X out or a concealer, not both. You wouldn't need both. All right, so now I have on, or I have my CC, my shade 3. Hey, Kelly. I have my shade 3 Silk, 4-in-1, starting my foundation, making my passes, keeping my stylus about 4 finger widths away from my face. And what this is also going to do is help blend my the rose gold that I put in there. It will help blend that so it doesn't look as shiny. And so it's really cool that you can put the foundation on over it. Oh, Caitlin, just pick one, baby. You don't have to, I mean, you can do that if you want to, but to save time, you can just pick one and use it. Okay, I'm just finishing up this. And you can see how that rose gold is a little more subtle. It doesn't stand out as much. And then finish that. All right. So there we go. Foundation is done. Now I'm going to take I'm going to actually use the Lovers palette and do some eyes, which I haven't used the Lovers palette in a while. So I am going to put that on. I'm going to use kind of the brown shimmery color. This is going to be difficult. Let's see. I'm going to start this in my crease. Cindy mixes rose gold with her blush. It's very beautiful. Especially the tulip blush is really pretty with the rose gold. Okay, I'm gonna add that. Might need, where's my little mirror? I don't want my things to fall. I'm gonna use this mirror right here so I can see up close. And I'm just blending that in. Making sure not, oh, Cindy used tulip. That's pretty too, I bet. So I just mixed, that's just one color on my crease, blending it kind of up and down. No harsh lines. Okay. And then I'm going to take the dark brown, and it's in a matte, and I'm going to add that to the crease as well. And then taking my blender, guys, that's just with 2 colors. Eyeshadows do not have to be difficult. You do not have to spend hours doing this. I mean, it really does take less time. Now I'm going to use a flat eyeshadow brush. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Girl, if there's anything you want to see, let me know. Tomorrow we'll talk about either the color correctors or the coverages. And I'm just blending that out. Okay. And then one last thing you can do to step it up a little bit, if you wanted to, like I would be perfectly fine going out like this. I would be, right now I'm into, because that changes daily, nothing on my brow bone. But if I wanted to maybe step it up a little with my brow bone, I can go in there and lighten that. So very subtle. Patricia says, I need to learn the order. Girl, you know, that's the great thing is there's no rules. I change the way I do things all the time because it depends on what look you like, what, you know, like how your skin's acting that day. A lot of times I do my eyeshadow first because I want to, you know, if anything falls out, I don't have to, you know, worry about it falling out underneath and all this. So there's really no rules, which is the great thing. But the one thing, if you're new to Luminess, the first step I would tell you is get the foundation down. When I first started, I went straight to airbrushing and just just airbrush. I airbrush my eyelids, everything, just to get it down. And so once you get that down, and because it is so precise, you know, it only goes where you're pointing it. Once you start adding products and adding different things, foundation's usually what I do last. And the reason for that is once you have the foundation and how to do it, you can add the blush, which our blush is super high pigmented. So sometimes it stands out a little bit more. So if you add the blush, add the bronzer, do your coverage beforehand, you're only using the foundation to blend all of it in and finish the coverage. So there you go. Cindy said, my skin's improved using Luminess and the skincare. Oh yeah, girl. Yeah, you can change it up. Skin is very dry. So you just use skincare products. If your skin's very dry, you're gonna love Luminess skincare products. We have the hydration mask, everything that we have is going to put hydration back into your face. Oh, Tammy, Love is not a concealer. It's actually a highlighter, but it's very, very subtle. And so you can put that in the high cheekbone area, down the nose. You can even add it into your blush to change the blush a little bit. It's just going to give you a little bit of a shimmer, not too much. You're going to love. It's really a great product. So Marie says sometimes she feels like she doesn't need foundation, and that's because of everything that's happened that she's doing pre. Sometimes you don't need it. Oh, Patricia's using contour. Okay, awesome. Oh, yay. All right, so now, I'm like, what do I want to use now? All right, so now we can put on lashes. If I wanted to powder, I could do that as well. However, I put a shimmer here. So obviously you're not going to want to powder a shimmer. And so what I can do is kind of powder where I don't want my shine. But you don't have to. That's the other great thing about Luminess is you don't have to powder at all. It just depends on what you want. Oh Lord. The concealer in the tube I use is so thick. Maybe I'm using too much. So if you're on YouTube, we can block that person. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, so Caitlin, if you're using this concealer here, ours is a little thick as far as, it's not necessarily thick, it just once it's on, and it doesn't move. And so what I would do, what I end up doing is you want to work one eye at a time. You like my coffee, Mike Kelly? So you can take this, go bam, 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 but start, if you're here, if your concealer, all that is here, then if what you want to conceal is here, start it down here, and then when you blend it up with a blender, go up like this. Okay, so don't initially put concealer where most of your lines are. Do it where there's the least amount, and then work it. Thank you, Nisi. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like, so, just blend it that way and do one eye at a time, because it does dry super fast. And usually if you do it on both eyes, by the time you get to that second eye, it's going to be a little bit harder to blend. So make sure you're doing that a little bit. You can also put it on your hand first and then use your ring finger to apply it. And that way you don't get too much on, and the heat of your hand will help put that on. Awesome. Okay. All right. So let's do the lashes. Let me make sure I have enough glue. Okay. I think I do. And I'm going to grab my lashes. The other thing, if the concealer is, like, if you feel like it is showing too many wrinkles and crinkles, try the CC concealer. Our airbrush concealer is really amazing. I've actually switched to that because I do like the airbrush look where I don't feel like it settles into wrinkles and crinkles. So that's just a thought as well. All right. So now I'm going to put Michelle, do you have how did you buy it from a consultant, or did you buy it, just online? How did you purchase it? If you purchased from a consultant, I don't know if my glue is going to work, guys. If you purchased it from a consultant, you can definitely work with your consultant, but that's what these live chats are for. I mean, I want you to come in and ask questions. I mean, that's what I'm here for. So if you bought from a consultant, go to your consultant. If not, and you want that one-on-one attention, the ladies on here that have the thumbs up, lips, and lipstick, they are consultants. And so you can reach out to them if you don't already have a consultant. So yeah, you can reach out to them and they can help you. One of them can help you there. But you have to reach out to them. They cannot reach out to you because I don't want you to be bombarded with a bazillion messages. So what they do is they put those emojis up and you reach out to them. Okay, I'm putting glue. This glue's a little watery. Trial kit. Okay, so you got on the trial. Yes. So reach out to a consultant. Definitely come back here and stick with us and learn more here. But you can reach out to a consultant and they can help you as well. All right, so I'm gonna curl my lashes real quick. Oh, thank you. But this is part of, I mean, guys, this is my job. I'm here for you to ask me questions. Yay, Trish. All right, I have my lash looking down, the glue's on. It's a little tacky, hopefully. I'm like, why am I not seeing it? I have the magnification side. And going up and over my lash. And now I'm just making sure it's all sticking. Okay. And now I'm going to get this one. Up and over, sticking that right there. Looking down, which I don't know if you can see me right now, but looking down into the mirror, stretches your eyes how you need it for the lash. So stay looking down. And you're putting the lash, the fake lash, right on your lash line, not on your lashes, but on your lash line where you would put your eyeliner. So if you want to put eyeliner on first, that's sometimes a good idea just because it gives you something to shoot for. Hold on, I'm gonna have to hold it up like this just for a second because this guy didn't stick. Life, 11 years. Oh, y'all are talking about where y'all live. Oh, thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. If you live in Texas, or Houston, I have a good girl. If you live in Canada, I have somebody there too. Okay, this one's giving me a little bit of trouble, which is good because I want y'all to see that. So I'm just pulling it down to make sure. You can also just kind of go right in there. Now this one I'm seeing is not quite, oh, this is good to know. This one's not quite on my lash line. I need to pull it down. So I'm closing my tweezers and then I'm going to move it down. So the glue that I used was probably a little bit, I haven't used this one. I used the one at work and it was a little watery. So I'm able to kind of move that as well. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Make sure this guy's sticking. So there's a little bit more of a gap. And that would be the benefit of doing eyeliner first, because if you could see the gap in between where my lash is and the fake lash, the eyeliner would cover that and you wouldn't even have to worry about that. And so I'm now having to move it down a little because I didn't do eyeliner first, and then that way I don't see that gap. Oh, good. Well, Michelle, I'm glad you're live. You could see us today, girl. All right. So there you go. Now I would finish this off with the eyeliner, but I'm going to wait till once it completely dries, and then I'll take my Persuasion eyeliner and do that on top. So that makes it super easy. I already have my lips done. I can add a lip gloss if I wanted to. But yeah, there you go. Let's see. Why doesn't it move this up? All right. It is great. Yeah, I like when y'all are on with questions. Y'all ask some great questions. So, hey, I'm going to do the 3 o'clock today too. I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll just answer. Maybe we'll just answer questions. I don't know. Y'all are asking such good questions. And because a lot of people are off today, I don't want to I don't want to miss out on the 3. So, you know what I do want to do though? I do want to do a little bit of contouring. So let's do that before we go. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Andrea. So I'm gonna do a little bit of contouring with our Cut 1. I have the rose gold highlighted here. So with that Cut 1 palette, it'll blend right in. And then golden. All right. All right, guys. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. All right, we're going to come back at 3. It might be just to talk about product. But like I said, there's so many people off today. I don't want to not do this and be on and answer any questions that you may have. So there you go. All right. I will see you back. Would love to see contouring with her. We can do that. I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to write down all this because I want to cover the colors of the color correctors, then go talk about coverage from eraser to the CC concealers, and then we'll do contouring with airbrush. So those are 3 things that we can do. Thank you, Robin. But yeah, let's come back at 3. Let's talk about some more stuff. Maybe y'all can give me some more ideas on what you want to see so we can start implementing that, and you can, and we'll get it done. All right, because that's what I'm here. I want to do things for you, not for me, but for you. All right. All right. Bye for now, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon.